Welcome to another episode of OG55. I am joined by the Italiano. Today we are talking about Universal. We actually just got back from Universal Hollywood and major news dropped. Universal UK is official. We have concept art. We're going to talk about it. We're going to speculate about it up next on OG55. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55. I took out my crazy after park hair going on today. But yeah, we have a great show for y'all today. We are talking all about that breaking news. Universal UK has been officially announced. We kind of knew this was coming, but now it is official. We got some artwork. We're going to break down as to what we might expect from this new park from Universal. But before we do, George, where can everybody find you on social media, sir?
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info. And you could also check out my new YouTube channel, Citrico Central, sister channel to Orange Grove 55, for which another video will be uploaded soon. We know you guys love the bar chats. We actually recorded one today with the one, the only, Mr. Jay Shear.
Hell yeah.
Hang out with him at Universal, which it's been a real minute since he's been there. So we got to show him around and take him on the tram tour, and it was a fun day. So definitely check out Citrico Central for that next bar chat that should be coming out really soon.
Yeah. Jay Shear is family here at OG55. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, you're aware of Jay. And it was really cool today to sit at Universal. We had a few, we had some beers, and we got to talk about theme parks. It was a lot of fun. So make sure you check that out over there on Citrico Central. But speaking of Universal, we have a lot of Universal to talk about today. This is courtesy of our friend over at DSNY Newscast, Jack, friend of the channel. This concept artwork for Universal Studios Great Britain is incredibly vague by design. The layout is similar to Islands of Adventure, though. This will undoubtedly be a game changer for the UK, and it puts increased focus on continued investment in Disneyland Paris. So this is interesting. So we got this concept art today, very, very vague. Now, we haven't heard any specifics, right, in terms of like what lands are actually going to be put in this park. But based on the art, and Jack is right, it's very vague, but based on the art and based on what they are giving us, it's pretty exciting stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and break this down. Now, this is actually going to be, let me go ahead and show you Jack's. Okay, so we're going to kind of go area by area here. Now, this is Jack's predictions. Mind you, none of this is official. This is based off of the art, okay? But you can see here, off of the art, it's giving Illumination vibes, okay, for sure, based on the little houses and all that stuff. So, we've seen this architecture before with like Secret Life of Pets and the Minions. So it's a fair, educated guess that, hey, this is going to be something Illumination. Cool. This prediction is Illumination Pier, which would be a Minion coaster in Secret Life of Pets. Now here, look, it's no secret, I'm not a huge fan of the Minions. I think Universal has really overplayed their hand with these little guys. But the kiddos love the Minions. I understand why Universal would go this route. Hopefully, though, my only concern with this is hopefully they go in a more quality focused direction. I know a lot of the Minion stuff is kind of, not the greatest when it comes to quality, but we'll see. We're going to give it a chance. But this looks pretty cool, honestly. It looks pretty neat. But what say you, George? Illumination Pier or Illumination Land, featuring Secret Life of Pets and the Minions. Very similar to kind of what we have out here in Hollywood, to be honest with you. Would you be okay with that?
It does give off that kind of vibe for sure, like with the color scheme and everything.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have an issue with them doing something of Illuminations. I love, we rode Secret Life of Pets today with Jay and the one and only theme park wizard.
Yes.
And Wizard and I got the Wiener King box.
Every time, George. Every time. I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know. Is the universe trying to tell us something? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
But anyway, I absolutely love the Secret Life of Pets. So the fact that they can bring it to another Universal park, that's awesome. I really wish that they would bring it actually down to Universal Orlando. Maybe one day, they could. But for the UK, I'm glad that they're getting Secret Life of Pets. I would also love for them to do maybe something with Sing. Loved that film. So if they're doing an Illumination kind of whole land, maybe do like a live stage production of Sing. I think another Universal park, I don't know if it was in Beijing or Japan, one of them I think does something with Sing. But when it comes to Despicable Me and Minions, I am so burnt out of it. Like,
yeah, so am I, brother. I'm burnt out too. It's really not our demographic for sure. That's the thing.
Going by the kiddos, and it's like they still love those little yellow bastards. But
they do. I mean, kids love the Minions, man. They really, really do. They're a huge franchise for kids. So I can see why Universal's putting them in the park. Now, for us, we're not the age group for sure. We're not the demo for sure, but I can understand it. But yeah, based on this artwork though, I think Jack's assumption here or guesstimation of it being Illumination, absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on.
And you think that the roller coaster would be Minions?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
So I was trying to think that the track kind of looks like a fluorescent green.
Yeah, I would think Minions. I would think they're probably going to get the dark ride for the pets, which is cool. Which we went on that today. We were just on it like just a couple hours ago. It's a great attraction. It has one of the best. Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, it has one of the best queues I've ever been in, and I'm not even kidding you. We talked about this with Jay Shear today at the park, but I love the genius behind the way they funnel people through that queue. There's no switchbacks. They use the apartment, the furniture, and the furniture and like appliances and what have you in the apartment as a way to kind of funnel you through it. And it's brilliant. It's awesome. And
we also incorporate some of the characters as like audio animatronics that interact with the set pieces while you're waiting in line. So it definitely keeps you entertained, that if you're kind of waiting in there in line for a little bit, you kind of lose track of time when you're looking at those little fine details.
Oh, absolutely. And we're both dog people. I mean, we have two little dogs at home. You have a dog at home, and dogs are family. Okay. Dogs are absolutely family. They are so special, unconditional love, they are amazing. And it's cool as a dog, as a pet owner or whatever, as a dog lover. I don't know, like this pet ride, it just hits different when you have a dog. It just really does. It's really cool. So I love it. This is a cute little area. I think the kiddos will absolutely love it. Is it my first choice? Absolutely not. But I'm not a huge Minion guy. But again, it's not really my demographic, and so I understand that.
Could that actually be? I know we're going to go to another land, which I think that there will be possibly in there. But could this possibly be Trolls?
Oh, maybe with the neon coaster that kind of points.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. That's interesting. Well, we'll see. Well, the next slide, we have two lands here. We have, Back to the Future. Are you kidding me? You know how dope this would be? Back to the Future, or Back to the Future coaster. It looks like. Could be a little mini land though in the courtyard. They do have like a little courtyard here.
Yeah, so, and it looks to the right of the courtyard actually looks like an outdoor kind of like amphitheater a little bit.
Right, exactly. So I'm assuming, this will be a Back to the Future coaster, but they might have like a little hill valley or a little area in front of it, which would be really awesome.
I mean, this wouldn't surprise me if Universal went this route, because we're already seeing slow amounts of trickle if I don't think that's even a word, but of Back to the Future coming into the parks, like for instance with FanFest, you know, heavily on Back to the Future, where they're recreating the lightning storm and the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, literally right where they filmed it. I mean, like, that is just amazing in itself. Plus, there's a lot of Back to the Future merch that's coming out, so it wouldn't surprise me if that coaster was Back to the Future. Now, you actually said, because when Wizard broke this news to us, we were kind of talking about it, walking through Universal, and you mentioned that could this possibly be what Universal Hollywood's getting now with Fast and the Furious, but just themed to Back to the Future?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool, right? Because that would be it's kind of the same idea. Like, it would be a coaster with car vehicles. Now, obviously, for Back to the Future, you would have the classic DeLorean. But can you imagine you're zipping through and then you kind of do the drifty thing with the DeLorean and stuff? That would be pretty cool. Another awesome, I think, another piece of potential, I think, here with a Back to the Future coaster is you could have an incredible show building. You could literally go from scene to scene. You can have a whole show scene of like the Old West. You're going through the Old West, right? And then you go through a tunnel and there's like the lightning. And then you're in the future. And now you're like in like the year 2075, like Los Angeles or something. Who knows what, right? But you can go from show scene to show scene and go from the Old West to the future to like maybe like the age of the dinosaurs or whatever. You can do a million things with this. I mean, the sky really is the limit here. So I love the idea of a Back to the Future attraction. I think I will be disappointed if this doesn't happen at this point. This is a fantastic franchise.
Because then that would also pave the way to possibly bring something to the domestic parks.
Thank you. Exactly, George. That's exactly where I was going with it. Because if they get it here in the UK, there's a good chance we might get that here in the US. We talked a lot about Simpsons Land over at Universal Hollywood. What is that going to be? Well, if they're doing the whole Back to the Future thing here in the UK, then it's possible we get maybe Simpsons Land will become like a little Back to the Future land. You know, would you be okay with that if they did that? If it kind of went back to that?
If it went back to the Future?
Going back to, I mean, like if they took Simpsons Land and turned it into like, you know, Hill Valley, Back to the Future, coaster and what have you, what would you? I mean, I think I know your answer, but what are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think if they not even if it's a coaster, if they brought Back to the Future in some format, whether it's a dark ride or I would want something maybe a little bit more than just a simulator, you know, to kind of like enhance like the technology, you know, of how far you've come like from the classic attraction. But I think just bringing back something of Back to the Future, I'd be all for it. If they did turn that into like a mini Hill Valley, absolutely, I'm all for it.
Sign me up too. This is a great franchise. I really want to see what current Universal, the Comcast Universal, what the current Universal can do with this franchise. We haven't really look, this current company, I think Comcast has done a really, really good job with the parks. I think everyone can agree with that. Not perfect, okay, by any means. I have critiques of Epic Universe so far from what I've seen, but by and large, it looks fantastic. Not everything Universal does under Comcast has been a home run, and that's okay. Not everything under Disney has been a home run, but I want to see what Comcast version of a Back to the Future attraction.
Yes,
this has potential like crazy. I cannot wait for this. Hopefully this is true though. We don't really know, but based on the concept art,
hopefully it is. Now, I find it quite interesting that both you and Jay agreed today when we were talking about this, because both of you are not coaster buffs at all.
No.
But you both said, and which I find was very interesting, you would be willing to possibly attempt going on a coaster if it was Back to the Future themed.
Yeah, I think I would suck it up. And do it because
even if it's just like one time for you to say, you know what, I wrote something that was themed after how many years of Back to the Future.
Yes, I love this franchise. I do. I think it's one of the best trilogies of all time. you know, and I would have to experience that. Yeah, I would. And Jay Shear said the same thing. He said, absolutely, I would give it a go at least once. So, Universal, if by any chance you're watching this, you know what I'm saying? Please, please make this happen. Please give us Back to the Future. This is what the fans are wanting. And look, Universal is really starting to learn from Disney. That Disney learned early on that like nostalgia is like where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like you tap into people's emotions.
Yeah.
Universal for the longest time was kind of didn't really do that, you know, like they were really just only focused on like current stuff like Minions and what have you. Now we're seeing a much bigger focus on these classic IPs, the old Universal IPs. We're seeing Back to the Future with a heavy presence for FanFest coming up in Hollywood. That's awesome. Now we're seeing that possibly the UK park can get a Back to the Future coaster and stuff. So Universal's doing it, man. They're bringing these older IPs back into the fold, which is smart. Monsters, Darkmoor, you know, Dark Universe over there at Epic Universe. That is you can't get more classic Universal than that. That whole studio was built on those monster movies. Yeah. That's incredible. They're leaning into their history, man. And I love that. And that's why Disney has been so successful, because Disney has done a good job doing that too, you know? So,
yeah. So, I mean, if we get both of those kind of strategies of both Disney and Universal, more power to them. You know, I wouldn't want like one to be significant over the other. Like, why wouldn't you want both? Like, why should you only have to pick one over the other?
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, I do want to say something really quick before we move over to the DreamWorks. I've noticed something too with the overall design of this park. If you look at Islands of Adventure, if you look at Epic Universe, you look at the UK park now, and actually even the mini like kids park that they're putting in Texas, it seems like Universal has like adapted like this kind of like circled hub that has like each land around it, but in the center, a form of water. And I think that's quite interesting.
You know, it is. It's very interesting. I like it. I like a lot of, what's the word for it?
Because it signifies that it's for Universal. You know, it has that Universal look.
It does, yeah. And I think I'm all about big bodies of water. I'm all about a lot of trees. I'm all about rock work. And I know a lot of this stuff isn't necessarily actual nature, right? Like the rock work in theme parks is always like, you know, man-made and all that stuff. But and the big bodies of water are obviously not natural bodies of water. They're man-made lakes and whatever. But or, you know, but I like having that in my theme park. You know, I like the big bodies of water and the trees and all that. I think it softens the park. I think it makes it more beautiful. So, I mean, if this is something that Universal is going to do, where they're going to add a lot of water to these parks, I'm all for that, man. I really like that. I think that natural, and I'm using air quotes here, that natural beauty goes a long way in these theme parks. So I'm all for it. Now, the land right next to it is DreamWorks land. Of course, well, we're speculating. Jack is speculating it'll be DreamWorks land based on this art. Puss in Boots, Shrek, and Trolls. I have to say, I don't know. I mean, you know, when it comes to this, I'll have an open mind. I'll say that, because I wasn't too thrilled with the DreamWorks area that they put over there at Universal Orlando. I thought it looked a little cheap, to be honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It looks pretty cheap. I'm hoping with this, if they're going to go this route with DreamWorks, that they put a little bit more TLC into it. These are very popular franchises. You know, Shrek 5 is probably going to do very, very well. The Trolls franchise is very popular. Puss in Boots is a great franchise. So there's a lot you can do here with these 3 IPs if this is what they're going to go with. But they need to put a little more effort into it. I feel like Universal sometimes, when it comes to these DreamWorks properties, they kind of half-ass it. They kind of phone it in. So I'm not against a land based on DreamWorks. Like I said, DreamWorks is a really cool studio. But yeah, just the one that they put over there in the studio park, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? They got to put more. They got to put more love and more. They got more love, more attention to detail than that one. So we'll see. I'm open to it though. I'm willing to hear them out on it. Well, what say you, George?
Yeah, the one over at the studios in Florida was basically a band-aid to kind of do like a quick replacement of like Fievel's Playland and Curious George Goes to Town and everything. So um yeah, it not my cup of tea. I would agree with Jack, I think, out of everything, because it does give off that same kind of color scheme. It kind of has like the browns and the greens, kind of like Shrek Swamp. And then you got a little bit of splash of color over to the right side. I could see how that can kind of signify for trolls. And then Puss in Boots is already intertwined in the Shrek universe. So like it would be easy to incorporate him there as well. And the land is very small, so I can kind of see that it would be fit more towards like a DreamWorks kids area.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crazy to me because I think there is potential with these DreamWorks properties, especially Puss in Boots. You can do a lot with that in a theme park environment, you know. And I just feel like Universal hasn't really put in the investment for these properties, like the proper investment, you know. I don't know. I just hope whatever they do with this, if this is what they do, they do better than what they did over there in the studio park. Now the fact that you said they replaced Fievel, American Tail over there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Amblin, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And that's connected to Universal. I don't know why. See, here's the thing, Universal. We talk a lot about, nostalgia and that old Universal IP. American Tail is one of the most, well, in my opinion, like one of my favorite animated movies of all time. I mean, you will not cry in a movie like you will for American Tail. That is a very emotional film. It reminds me of like the stuff that Disney does, where they really tap into the human spirit and that the Mousekowitzes, that sense of family, and it's incredibly touching. It's an amazing movie.
By far, an American Tail and The Land Before Time.
Oh, geez, yes.
Like the quintessential Don Bluth like films. And when it comes to an American Tail, like it's already an emotional movie. I was a freaking wreck. And then when they start playing the song Somewhere Out There, I'm like, oh my God, like
it's crazy. It's such a good film. And if Universal, you're going to tap into your older IP, I would go back to American Tail, and you don't got to do a big thing for it. Obviously, it's kind of unknown at this point because it's kind of fallen off the radar. But sort of,
what if they did like a Don Bluth kind of like Kids Land? Now again, kids aren't used to those IPs, but that's how you can bring it back to get kids to understand it. Like, what if they did an American Tail, The Land Before Time, The Secret of Nim? Like,
well, American Tail wasn't Don Bluth though, but yes, but Don Bluth though, I mean that's also another great franchise.
Don Bluth he didn't direct it.
I don't think he did. Let me double check though. Hold on one second. Maybe you're right. Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, you know what, George? I stand corrected, my friend. Yes, directed by Don Bluth. You are absolutely correct. Yeah. Okay. My apologies. Yeah, it was a Don Bluth film. Yeah. So yeah, Don Bluth. You can bring in those films because he has a lot of bangers. I mean, there was a lot of films that he worked on, including American Tail, that are absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Don Bluth land.
I mean, that's what I would do. I mean, to have like The Land Before Time, an American Tail, The Secret of Nim, because they're all like critters. It's all like, so it would be cohesive, like that's what I would do.
I love that idea. I don't know if Universal is that ballsy, because that's a risk. But it would be freaking amazing. Yeah, that's crazy. But we'll see. Back to the Future A+, Universal, you can't lose with that. Okay, that's going to be like just money in the bank for sure. The DreamWorks stuff, I'm very iffy on it, just because I haven't really seen a whole lot from Universal with DreamWorks. That's amazing.
Say, like, if this is DreamWorks and if the other land was Illuminations, those two I'm kind of a skeptic on how well.
Yeah. I will say this. I will give credit to Universal. The Kung Fu Panda show over in Hollywood is like literally the best 3D show I've ever experienced in a theme park. The way they utilize technology and the projection mapping, I guess it is. I guess it's projection mapping.
Yeah, it's projection mapping.
Oh, it's seriously like an incredible show. Despite the fact that I rolled my ankle walking out of that theater, but I still love the show. Absolutely. But that's one of the shining examples, though, of like Universal doing a DreamWorks property correct. That theater is beautiful. The show is amazing. But a lot of other examples of these DreamWorks franchises have really fallen flat for me, unfortunately. So we'll see. We'll give this one a chance, though. Maybe this is a different situation. So Jurassic World. Now, this is clearly Jurassic World. You can see by the little structures here, and it's Jurassic World. So now this was rumored to have the Beijing Jurassic World ride. We've talked a lot about it here on OG55. That's one of the most incredible attractions. Do yourself a favor at home. If anyone watching this, you go to YouTube after you watch this video, go to YouTube, Jurassic World Beijing. And this is it's seriously insane. Like the dinosaurs literally chase your vehicle. Okay. It's out of control. If they put that in this park.
I honestly really wish that, and I get it, like in California and Florida, you need some sort of water-based attraction. I get it. It gets hot here during the summer months. You get a lot of traction. But when it comes to Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, I really wish that they would change the river adventure and give us this.
Oh, I'd be down for that. Yeah. Or you can keep the river adventure and get rid of that stupid mummy coaster and give us 2 Jurassic World rides. Have that whole area right there, Jurassic World, because it's right next door anyway. And that whole little corner can just be all Jurassic World.
I like that. Then you could have a land and sea kind of
experience, right? You get both, that would be kind of cool. So yeah, we'll see what they do with it. But I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is an in-house Universal IP. That's smart. The Beijing.
It fits more of the movie franchise anyway, because the ride vehicles are the Jeeps, so it's like from the film and you're getting chased by the dinos. So it's like more immersed to the storytelling that was given to us back since 1993 when Steven Spielberg released the first movie.
Yeah. Absolutely. So this is a win. This is cool. I like this a lot.
Is that green coaster part of it?
I believe so.
Because if so, I mean, that's a massive Jurassic World
area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it is. But once we're done with these little snippets, what we'll do is we'll go back to the main art and kind of look at how it's all pieced together and see if it. But I believe that is part of Jurassic World.
Okay.
And the next one is, oh, wait, hold on. We might have an answer here.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, okay. So it looks like this. Well, this is what Jack is speculating on. So yeah, none of this is official. It's all.
Here's the thing. That would make more sense because I remember Universal said that they were going to bring Wicked to the parks and they said plural in a big way. So, I mean, you can't just say for the domestic. They could have been talking about the international parks too.
Absolutely. A bright green coaster. Wicked is a massive hit for Universal at the box office. Jack, I would say this is a pretty good guess here. That's interesting.
What if, because I'm trying to see if like they show like anything like of the Emerald City, but yeah, I could definitely, it's green, so what if like that is something like of, like Tron, but rather be on a light cycle, you're on a broom.
It could be. Yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen Wicked yet. I can't really comment too much on the potential here because I don't really know what encompasses this movie. I've never seen it. But everyone I know, even people who don't even like musicals, have walked away from this thing saying it's an incredible movie. So, yes. I mean, I think, and it's a fantastical world, right? So there's so much you could do here potentially. So, yeah, the fact that it's a green ass coaster and Wicked is a very successful movie for Universal. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. Now, they do have a stunt show right above that, and Jack is speculating 007. Now, isn't that the perfect franchise?
That's brilliant. If that really is 007, that fits right into the UK culture.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah, man. You have 007. Dude, that made such a cool stage show. That would be absolutely like, that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, Yeah, that's the thing. But here's the thing. It says here though. Well, not it doesn't say here, but Double O Seven though now is owned by Amazon. They own the Double O Seven franchise. So I'm kind of curious. I don't know. That kind of it's an interesting dynamic there. I know Universal licenses out a lot, like they borrow other people's IP, but I don't know. I don't know if that would be their first choice, but I would be a great choice if that is the case, because I think for a stunt show or something that's fantastic. Yeah. Right next to that, we got Lord of the Rings, which is a Warner Brothers IP.
But if that it really is true, it's like it's about time. Like I thought, like Lord of the Rings would have already been in a Universal park already at some point.
Right. Exactly. Well, we'll see. Lord of the Rings would be an incredible franchise to put into a theme park environment. I think Lord of the Rings, if they can work that out with WB, would be awesome as a Epic Universe expansion. That fits the Epic theme like flawlessly. Yeah, we'll see. But it's hard to tell. See, this is very vague concept art. And if you look at this art right here, I mean, you can kind of make the case of even a Harry Potter land again. I mean, it's so vague. How do you even know?
Yeah, because I mean, I guess one can say because it kind of looks like the what do you call the like the burrows that that like Frodo lived in. I forget the names of them, but that could literally be anything.
It could be anything. And now here Jack says the $1 million question is Harry Potter. A land seems unlikely due to proximity to the WB tour, because they have a WB tour out there in the UK. But a fully themed Hogwarts hotel would do serious business. I don't know.
I would be surprised. Like, I mean, I would love for this to be Lord of the Rings, but I would be surprised that there isn't nothing shown for Harry Potter. And in a UK park for like, why wouldn't there be?
I mean, I guess not. I mean, but again, it's vague art. Like this is vague. We're kind of like, we can make out things here and there, but this in particular though, I don't know. I don't know if that's enough for me to rule out Potter.
Yeah, I actually agree with you with that. I would love for it to be Lord of the Rings, but I can't say to rule out Potter either. And as I said, like, why wouldn't they put Harry Potter in a UK park?
Right. Exactly. So this is interesting. Now, it does look like the entrance going into the park kind of has Universal Hollywood vibes. It has that kind of like that old Hollywood energy, which is fantastic. I love that for Universal. I think that's the perfect kind of energy leading up into any Universal park, really. Pretty dope stuff. But I mean, overall, man, this is pretty cool. I think that obviously the star of the show is that Back to the Future coaster.
Yeah, I agree.
That's really gonna rile up the fans like crazy, dude.
That would get me to get a plane ticket to the UK.
Yeah. And that really is encouraging, because it shows that Universal is taking that franchise very seriously now. And we might even see some stuff come to Hollywood for Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. We might. I mean, I really hope, I want to see Back to the Future come to Hollywood. I want to see Monsters come to Hollywood. Universal Hollywood is where it all started. So these nostalgic properties that Universal has, like Monsters, like Back to the Future, should find a home here in Universal Studios Hollywood.
And I would love, I love the direction they're going with that franchise. And because I would love to see them bring it back while Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd are still with us.
Absolutely.
I want them to be able to see the legacy that they started back at the start of 1985, and like how relevant the franchise is, and how much that they brought so much to Marty McFly and Doc Brown that it'll just hit home.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to see it while they're still around. I agree with you on that. And I got a little special thing for everybody at home. This is kind of an older thing I've had here on the channel for a while. I don't really like utilize it that much, but I figure it's a perfect video to drop it. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect for today's video. So exciting stuff. Very, very exciting stuff. Like literally, George and I had a great day today at Universal with Jay Shear and Theme Park Wizard. We had a really, really good time. Universal is doing a lot of great stuff. The team members today were absolutely phenomenal, really awesome. We actually had an interesting experience, right? I want to talk about this a little bit.
Yes.
So after what is it, 3 p.m. we get Express Pass.
Yes.
Okay, with our platinum APs. Okay, so we want to see the Waterworld show because Jay Shear hasn't seen it. He hasn't been to Universal in like 40 years. Okay, so he hasn't seen it. So okay, cool. We want to see it. Now it's after 3. Now we have Express, but Jay Shear does not have the AP. So we walk up to the team members and we're like, "Hey, we're platinum, but our buddy here doesn't have platinum." And what they say, George? Oh, that's fine.
That's fine. Go right in. And it wasn't just one team member. There was like 4 of them that literally didn't hesitate to say, "Oh, let me talk to my lead. Let me call into my manager. Oh, we're really not supposed to." They didn't give us a song and a dance. They were like, "Oh, you two are platinum. You're fine. Take your friend in. You're good."
I was shocked at how easy that was. And I don't know like the fine print on that Express thing with the platinum. Maybe that's part of the deal. Maybe you can bring a guest. I don't know. But it was shocked me because I feel like if that was Disney,
that would never happen.
No, your friend can't go, but you're more than welcome to have the Express or some BS like that. Universal, they didn't get there were like 3 or 4 TMs there. I'm like, yeah, come on in, bring your friend. I was like, this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. So yeah, they do look. Disney does a lot of great stuff. We're Disney biased, right? I'm not going to lie and say, well, I'm not. I love Disney. It's my main squeeze. You know what I'm saying? I love Disney, but I'm not blind to the fact when Disney, especially with this stuff, like with their lightning lanes and some of the, like, it's a mess. It's a hot mess.
Disney, I think the best way to describe it, Disney, as you had put it, is our main squeeze. But Universal is our side piece.
Side piece. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Universal is definitely like they're doing it, dude. Yeah, we have a good time.
When Disney is like doing something and they're too busy for us, just give a little call to Universal.
Universal, yeah, exactly.
You fill in the void.
Fill in the void. Yeah, amazing stuff. And yeah, so hey, every company has their flaws, has their issues, and every company can learn a thing or two, right? And this is something I think Disney can learn from, absolutely. And there's things that Universal can learn from Disney, But also another thing I want to bring up today too is actually I want to bring up the tweet because our good friend Scott Goosen has been a busy man dropping mics because this man is absolutely. Give me 1 second, everybody. Dropping truth bombs right and left, okay? I'm going to share this with you real quick. This is Mr. Scott Gustin. And it pertains to what we're talking about because we're talking Disney, we're talking Universal, right? Scott Gustin here says, no one at Disney thinks Epic Universe is a Disney killer. No one at Universal thinks Epic Universe is a Disney killer. No one at either company wants Epic Universe to be a Disney killer because it would be devastating for both companies. The truth is boring. I know. Thank you, Gustin. Thank you, Scott. This is exactly it, dude. These companies, the fan wars are just the fan wars. The companies are not at war with each other nearly as much as the fans want to believe, okay? These companies thrive and feed off of each other more than you know. We were just at Universal Hollywood today. We had a stuntman from Star Wars Skeleton Crew in the Waterworld show. We did the tram tour. Multiple Disney projects are being filmed on that lot. They work together. People go to Walt Disney World. Guess what? They're going to go to Epic. They're going to go to Universal too. They go to Epic. They're going to go to Disney World. They feed off of each other. And there's so much discourse right now on X or social media where it's like, Disney sucks. No, Universal sucks. No, Disney sucks.
And it's like that's what I said earlier. It's like why are you only subdued to have one over the other? Yes, right. You could always have your favorite. You could always, lean more towards one over the other. That's perfectly fine. But why can't you enjoy both? I enjoy both. I'm still a Disney bias, but I enjoy Universal as well.
Yes. Well, life is too short for this stupid shit that fans want to get involved in. You know, like I want to have a day at Universal and enjoy my time. I want to go to Disney and enjoy my time there. I don't really care about this stupid fan war shit. You know, it's stupid to me. And Gustin here says Disney executives will visit Epic Universe and they'll be blown away. The park is incredible. Disney can and will learn from Universal, and they'll find ways to keep iterating on their product. It's the same thing we've seen over and over, and it's why Orlando is the theme park capital of the world, and we all benefit from it. Maybe take a moment to stop praying the battle ends in death and enjoy the damn show. When Gustin is bringing out the damn, you know y'all fucked up. Like y'all gone too far. Okay, he brought out the damn, Scott Gustin, but Scott is 1,000% correct on this. Like, can we celebrate? I was telling you guys in the DMs, like Wizard and you and Slimer, right? We're talking about, and Sean, why can't we celebrate this huge win for Universal right now? Universal just opened an amazing park, Epic Universe. And instead of celebrating that park, a lot of fans are busy, you know, either trashing Disney or
yeah, they're posting something of Epic Universe and they're saying Disney is doomed, the Disney killer, Disney's fallen to its knees. Like, why go that route? Just say, oh my gosh, this is awesome, this is phenomenal, I'm having a great time, it's a awesome day, you know, a brand new theme park in over 2 decades in the Orlando area. Just go by that. Why does it always have to proclaim to, when you put something up for Universal, Disney should be worried? Or if Disney puts up something, oh, that's crap, why don't they go by Universal? Like, why?
No, I exactly. And like, you're not helping Universal with that. Like right now, the focus should be celebrating the new park, not what's Disney going to do. Like, who cares? Why is it always about what Disney's going to do? Which, I mean, I get it. Disney's the king, you know, obviously in the theme park industry, there's no denying that. But it's like Universal, they did a great job with this park. Epic Universe looks great, man. And like, can we have 10 minutes to celebrate that? Yeah. Instead of just immediately going to like, what's Disney going to do? I'm so sick of it. You know? And what's Disney going to do? They just announced a ton of shit at D23. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
like, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to do Villains Land and Cars Land and this, that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just tired of it. I'm here to have a good time at these parks. And obviously we're here to speculate and also, you know, analyze stuff. Like, it's okay to criticize, you know, but you don't want to get like,
but it's also too that there's a lot of people out there that literally feel like that this is their lifeline. Like, oh my God, like their world is crumbling if something doesn't go right with Disney or Universal. They're theme parks. They're made for us to have fun. Why does that take up like 98% of your day? Like, don't you have other things to do or responsibilities you have to take care of? Like, I think you need to kind of reassess, you know,
priorities
in universe. Well, Warner Brothers, but Universal fashion, because they have Harry Potter. In the words of Ron Weasley, they need to sort out their priorities.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't get it, dude.
And I
really
apologize to the British. That was a horrible accent. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, you're good. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, I agree. But this whole thing is crazy. But when Scott Gustin comes out like that strong, that's a moment. That's an eye opener. That's an eye opener. And Scott is 1,000% right on this.
It's frustrating. It gets irritating after so long.
That's why I don't even go on X, bro. I go in there and I go in there for like we coordinate shows through the DMs. I talk to you guys in the DMs. I don't even check the timeline. I don't care anymore with this stuff. It's so petty and stupid most of the time. I'd rather just live my life. I'd rather even Instagram. I like Instagram way more. You know, I'll go on Instagram and stuff, but
yeah, I'm starting to get my Instagram bug for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Instagram's cool, man. Instagram's cool, but X is trash. And ever since Elon took it over, I'm sorry, Elon fans, and you can like Elon if he's your guy. That's fine. He's not I'm not a fan, but that's fine if you are. But I think ever since he took over, I think the site has really just gone downhill.
Yeah.
he's just destroyed it, and I'm not even interested in even being on it, to be honest with you. But George, thank you for joining today. If you let everybody at home know where they can find you on social media, sir.
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You can also find me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me right here on my home base on Orange Grove, the Citrus Corner, with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info. And also check out my new YouTube channel, Citrico Central, sister channel to Orange Grove 55.
There we go. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of OG55. And until the next time, we're going to let the queen take it away. Take it away, queen.
Thank you for watching OG55. If you aren't already, consider becoming a member today.